Pierre, welcome back to Formula One. Before we talk about this weekend in Mexico, tell us about last weekend and how frustrating it must have been to go all the way to Japan, where you were hoping to wrap up the Super Formula title but didn't get to race. Pierre Gasly, yeah, really strange last weekend in Japan. I went there really excited, really motivated to fight for the title, and in the end, with the typhoon coming in the country, they cancelled both races, so really weird to finish the weekend on the Saturday night, but in the end I keep really good memories from my season in Super Formula. I really enjoyed it out there. It was great finishing second in my rookie year, but of course I would have liked to really fight for the title until the end. Let's talk about Toro Rosso now. You've completed 2 races for the team in Malaysia and Japan. Can you tell us about those experiences? How did you find the car? How did you find Formula One? PG, it was amazing. Of course, starting in Formula One is always a special moment, and for me, Malaysia was crazy. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of things to learn with the team to come at the end of the year. Like, this is never easy, but I really tried to make the best out of it. Yeah, I just feel more comfortable in the car, lap after lap. So, I guess it's going to get better race after race, but yeah, I'm trying my best to make sure we have good races, and I'm really looking forward to the next couple of race weekends. New teammate this week. I think that makes you the senior driver in the team. PG, yeah, exactly. A bit weird after only 2 race weekend. We're both new, it's exciting to be in this position. For me it's a great opportunity and I'm really looking forward to it. Valtteri, coming to you. Mercedes sealed the Constructors' Championship in Austin. Just how proud of that achievement are you and of the contribution you made? Valtteri Bottas, definitely really proud. It's amazing feeling, being part of a championship-winning team, and also the feeling you get that you've been part of it, you've done something right. We've done this as a team. No other team has done it with such a big regulation change, again, winning the title. It's such a strong team and I'm a really proud member of it. Hard car to drive, hard teammate. Have you been able to pinpoint where you've been losing out to Lewis Hamilton since the summer break? BB, yes, I've been able to pinpoint quite well, and there's been some races where I've definitely struggled more than the others. Some have been quite positive. I think there was a lot of positive things, even to take from the last race, even though the end result was far away optimal, but yeah, it's all about details, as always in this sport. Some things with the driving style, some things with setting up the car, which I'm learning all the time. That's why I really believe that I can get to a good level again before the end of the year. Do you feel that Lewis has raised his game since the summer break? VB, I think so. I think he's been really on it all year, but especially after the summer break. He's been consistently getting everything out of the car and being able to set it up right for each track, for each condition. That comes from experience but also hard work, and he definitely deserves all the credit for his results this year. Sebastian, you've won 4 titles, you've come close on other occasions. Now, of course, it's not over until it's over this year, but how do you reflect on 2017? Is there a little bit of you that feels this is the one that got away? Sebastian Vettel, well, first of all, it's not over, though obviously it is not in our hands as much as we'd like it to be, but overall I think it's been a very good year. Obviously, nobody expected us to be that strong to start with, nobody expected us to be that strong midway through the season, towards the end of the season, so I think there's a lot of positives. The pity really is that, there were a couple of races where we just weren't there to fight. We didn't have a chance to fight. I would have loved to have been on 3 wheels, even in the race, but with a chance to fight. They obviously got away from us and we were just sitting on the sidelines. That was bitter, but in the end, made a big difference. Nevertheless, we are now where we are, and, as I said, we still have a chance. We want to win the last 3 races and I think we can. So that's our goal, and then we see what happens. Overall, I think the team has done incredible to be where we are now. Which, again, nobody expected. We've proven probably everybody wrong. There was a lot of talk in the winter, I remember, for sure about Mercedes, who were the favorites going in, but a lot of talk about Red Bull, other people, but no so much about Ferrari. It was good, obviously, to start off strong and keep going that way. So what's the team got to do to go one place better? You're a man of huge experience. Do you think it's more of the same and just hone a little bit, or do you think there needs to be some changes back in Maranello? SV, no, I think, we had things breaking and so on, but that's part of racing. I think overall I know and I feel there's still a lot we can do, and we have to do better. But we know where to tackle, I think we know our weaknesses. Some things may happen quick, some things will take some time, but if we get those things sorted, I think we will end up being a much stronger team, able to build a much stronger car and a stronger package, stronger engine, so that's the things that we need to keep working on. We keep growing as a team, growing the culture, that allows us to build a strong package, a strong car, a strong engine. That's where we've made massive steps in the last 3 years and where we have to continue to make those steps. Questions from the floor. Rafael Bolaños Televisa Seb, do you think in the future you will be willing to get as a teammate another top driver, for example, like Daniel Ricciardo, that you raced against in Red Bull? SV, yeah, I don't mind. I like Daniel. Obviously for next year, things are sorted, and then, things can change quick. Things cannot change that quick, it depends always on what's going on, but yeah, in the end it's not my choice, it's the team's choice, and in the end if you're not prepared to race whoever it is, then what's the point of racing? That's the way I think. I don't know what happens, but to be honest it's not what I'm thinking about now because it's still quite far away. Manuel Franco Diario was for all three. Fernando Alonso will be in the Daytona 24 Hours next year. What is your opinion about that, and would you like to compete in a similar race in the future, out of Formula 1, like Daytona, Le Mans? VB, I never really thought about much elsewhere. I'm loving driving Formula 1, competing with all the best drivers around and with such cool cars, so at the moment I'm just focusing on this, so no thoughts on the other categories at the moment. Of course it's good for Fernando if he can do it, and if he wants to do it, why not? PG, exactly. For me at the moment my only target is on F1, and that's the only thing I'm excited about at the moment, but yeah, I'm still 21, I still have many years ahead of me. I think Fernando looks to like America at the moment, so if he's happy about it then it's going to be a great experience for him. That's about it. SV, well, all the best. I don't even know which cars they really race there, I think it's GT3 mostly in Daytona. LMP2. The way I look at it, in the past, if you look back a long way, not the last 20 years probably, but a long way, drivers used to race a lot more in different cars, which I generally find pretty cool. The fact that they had to adapt to different cars, work with different people, with different mechanics, setting up the cars differently, but mostly drive and adapt. Obviously where the sport has gone has been very, very professional. There's not that much time to do many other things, if you commit properly to Formula 1, but overall we are racing drivers and I quite like the idea to drive more in different cars. I don't know if that will ever change in the future, but if they had different categories in the same weekend where Formula 1 drivers were. I don't know, with the Pro Car Series many years ago, for example, with the BMW M1s, where they did a race before the Grand Prix. Stuff like that I think would be cool, but for sure you can see the difficulties these days in terms of the paperwork and all that. But for raw racing, it's very nice to race different cars, why not, every weekend. Max Verstappen told us in the first session that he'd like to do Daytona with his father, Yosh. Is there anyone you'd like to race with? Sebastian SV, well, if I raced with my father I'd probably compete in a hill climb race and he would probably show me my limits, still, but yeah, I think there's a lot of different categories. Even if you go back down in a way, the level of competition is very high in karting. That would be really cool to do more of that, and then there are so many cars to explore. The question is obviously who pays for it, but yeah, I think overall it would be nice to explore a lot more and drive different cars. Check out our Thursday gallery from Mexico, here.